You suck.
You suck.
Nah. We need to fight. We need to go to war like right now because I need the things. I need the resources. We have to fight because you suck.
Whoa! There's no need for this violence, man. There's no.
Gadzooks! Is that oil? I need it now.
No.
Give it to
My
me
oil,
now.
My oil, no,
Give it to me now.
no.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I need this oil more than you can even imagine it. You tiny America. You tiny. Maybe I've been too harsh. I think.
We're cool.
Should we be buddies?
Yeah.
Cool. We are so cool. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
I
need this oil.
Please, I need the oil.
Oh.
I need
You want the oil back?
Yes.
No!
No!
You don't get this back.
No!
You see this? You see this thing? You can't have it. No, it's mine. It's mine.
In the mid to late 20th century, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, otherwise known as the OPEC, was the main source of oil for several countries, especially the US. And in October of 1973, they placed an embargo on these countries. This embargo was known as the Oil Crisis Embargo of 1973. The main trigger of this oil embargo was caused by Arab members of OPEC that were targeting countries that were supporting Israel during the Yom Kippur War, which were Canada, Japan, the United States, the Netherlands, and the UK, with later additions including Rhodesia, South Africa, and Portugal. This was retaliation from the Arab states to decrease foreign support of Israel during the war. This caused oil prices to quadruple. Unemployment rate was very high. Gas stations piled up, and Americans were struggling. In addition to this, several other businesses' input costs outpaced their output costs, causing everything to raise in price. Now, while the Yom Kippur War ended in less than a month, the embargo was lifted 6 months later in March of 1974. But despite that, we were left with several long-term consequences, with left a vast path left to stability, paving the way for new policies and energy strategies for decades to come.
The oil crisis of 1973 caused several economic devastations to the country, which subsequently led to government intervention. Immediately following the sharp increase in oil prices, GDP growth also experienced a sharp decline by approximately 4.7% in the US, creating recession. Since nearly every industry uses oil, from transportation to energy production to manufacturing goods, the increase in oil prices caused production to become more expensive, causing outputs to decline while input costs disproportionately rose. Not only were industries affected, but households were as well. The cost to consume necessities such as energy and food greatly increased, with inflation jumping to more than 11% by 1974.
Ouch!
Although inflation was high, unemployment was also uncharacteristically high, especially in industries like construction, steel production, and trucking, as companies froze hiring to keep up with the high cost of energy. The combined high inflation and high unemployment caused a stagflation, leaving the government unsure of how to respond. At first, President Nixon implemented wage and price controls to combat the fuel shortages, while Congress passed legislation to promote energy conservation, including the Emergency Energy Conservation Act of 1973, which encouraged reduced energy consumption and led to measures such as lower national speed limits and restrictions on energy usage in public buildings. Simultaneously, the Federal Reserve initially used expansionary monetary policies to combat unemployment, but this caused inflation to rise even further. Then they tried to implement contractionary policies, but public concern caused its reversal, as Americans feared unemployment more than high interest rates. Overall, these contradictory policies were highly unstable, and the Federal Reserve eventually stuck with contractionary policies to stabilize inflation. As a result, interest rates rose, the money supply growth slowed, and inflation was reduced. And as for fiscal policy, wage and price controls eventually disappeared and it shifted towards the promotion of domestic energy production and energy efficiency.
The embargo had a significant impact on the United States and taught us many important lessons as well. One important outcome was the Department of Energy, established in 1977, to focus on the U.S.'s energy policy, to work towards energy independence, and to reduce the risk of future crises like this one.
Yeah.
The embargo also sparked a rise in fuel-efficient cars, driven by consumer demand due to high fuel prices, as well as a growing focus on energy conservation. On the industrial side, many sectors responded to the higher energy costs by shifting towards energy efficiency, investing in automation and technology, and restructuring manufacturing to maintain productivity. Not too long before the embargo, the US dollar had started to weaken due to the end of the Bretton Woods system, and it continued to do so due to the embargo. The weakening dollar, along with the skyrocketed prices of oil per barrel, continued to a growing trade deficit. Additionally, looking at the unemployment rate, we see that it was 4.8% when the recessionary period in November 1973 had started, and in November 1974, after the embargo was lifted, but during the recessionary period, it had increased to 6.6%. Later on, after the recession had ended, it went up to 9% in May 1975, and as unemployment persisted and inflation was high, the groundwork was set for the fluctuating inflationary cycles that would soon follow.
In the end, the embargo triggered significant economic fluctuations, including sharp price increases, higher inflation, and slower growth. The embargo also highlighted the power and influence OPEC has to shape global oil markets, influencing the need for energy independence. Obviously, the US did not recover as soon as the embargo was lifted, and recovery was long and gradual. The crisis also increased geopolitical tensions between the US and the Middle East, and these tensions, along with future conflicts between the US and the Middle Eastern countries, have influenced policies and foreign relations to this day.